Hello, and welcome to Old Toy, New Joy, the show where I share with you my previously enjoyed toys I purchased from online sources, thrift stores, and collector's shows that once belonged to someone else. So I was at my local thrift store just this morning, and I picked up this 1988-89 Panini hockey sticker album. And I do see things like this from time to time. What makes this special is that it is complete. And let me tell you from experience, because in the 1980s I had a couple of books like this, it is hard, and certainly was very hard back then, to complete one of these. You couldn't get the stickers just anywhere, and you often got duplicates. So you could purchase as many as you wanted, but you often had to seek other collectors out to do some trading to complete the book. So it's pretty cool that it's complete. I got it for $1.50. I think it's a good deal. It's a nice blast from the past. So we're going to go through each page, which is dedicated to all the teams at that time, back in 1987-88, because that's the season. And I'll point out some of the notable players and maybe some of their statistics. We'll start with the cover. Magnificent Mario is all of the cover here. And he definitely was one of the superstars from that era, along with the likes of the great Wayne Gretzky and Steve Yzerman. We'll take a quick look at the back here. We've got French and English, so this is a Canadian book. And there's your Stanley Cup champions, my Edmonton Oilers. They beat Boston that year. That was the last year with Wayne Gretzky. And here we have the Calgary Flames. Great rivalry in Alberta between the Flames and Edmonton. Mike Vernon, Al McInnes, Lanny McDonald. So this is a year before Theo Fleury joined the team. And then you got tough guys like Gary Roberts and Joel Otto. Chicago Blackhawks. I love these shiny stickers with the team logo on them. And you see the home and away uniforms. That's neat. Doug Wilson. I think he was the last player to play without a helmet until they made it absolutely mandatory. Steve Larmer, excellent player. Denny Savard. There's the Detroit Red Wings. Adam Oates. Steve Yzerman. He led his team in goals, assists, and points. Of course, they also had Proby, or Bob Probert. Very moving documentary out on him right now, and all the struggles he dealt with. Here are my Oilers. Grant Fuhr, good documentary out there on him too. Len Anderson was crashing the net. Wayne Gretzky, Yari Curry, Mark Messier. Interesting that Wayne Gretzky did not lead the Oilers in goals in the regular season that year. It was Craig Simpson. Wayne didn't play a full season, only played 64 games. Still managed to lead them in points, but a rarity at that time for sure. And there's the LA Kings. That was the last year, I think, where they sported the yellow and purple. And their star player at that time, well, they had Jimmy Carson for sure, but Luc Robitaille and Bernie Nichols. And there's your leaders. Minnesota North Stars. I'd have to say probably the most recognizable player in this team was Dino Ciccarelli. And there you go. Along with Brian Bellows, he was the leader for his team in points. St. Louis Blues. Dougie Gilmour. And of course, how could I forget Brett Hull? There's Tony McKegney. Brett Hull was just coming on strong. That was his first full season. Here's the Leafs. Great Wendell Clark. Oh, and Olczyk led in goals. Okay. Didn't really have any superstars that year, did they? Vancouver Canucks. I spent most of my youth just outside of Vancouver, actually, so I went to a few Canuck games in the 80s, so I know these guys. Stan Smeel, Tony Tanti, yeah. Captain Kirk McLean. Here's the Winnipeg Jets. I always like that name, Mario Marois. Captain Kirk McLean. Here's the Winnipeg Jets. I always like that name, Mario Marois. Dale Howardchuk was their superstar scorer. As you can see, led the team in goals, assists, and points. And then here are some pages dedicated to the playoffs. Back when they still had the Wales and the Campbell Conference. Capitals and Bruins. Keelgary and the Oilers. I don't know if you can see it, but these are like foil stickers when they show these trophies. They're really shiny. I remember those as a kid. Those are the stickers I like the most. There's your Stanley Cup champions. So that's a 2-sticker Stanley Cup. I wonder if they made that hard to get packages. Playoff MVP, of course. It's a nice shot. And then some nice action pictures where you kind of complete it with the sticker. Here's your Boston Bruins. I did not like the Bruins that year. They tried to dethrone my Oilers. Ray Bourque, but he was a great player. Cam Neely. Buffalo Sabres. I think Phil Housley, Dave Andrzejczuk were probably their top players that year. Oh, and Pierre Turgeon. Yeah, Ray Shepherd. Hartford Whalers. Dave Babbage, Ulf Samuelsson. Ron Francis, great player. He's very high on the all-time points list. Montreal Canadiens, the young Patrick Waugh. a young Chris Chelios, Key Carbonneau, Claude Lemieux, who would become like Mr. Playoffs. I remember there was a season of Pro versus Joe where the Joes had to skate against Claude Lemieux, and you could tell they were just legitimately frightened of him. He's a very intimidating guy. New Jersey Devils. I don't know if any Devils stands. Oh, Brendan Shanahan, of course. Of course, yeah. That was his rookie year. New York Islanders. The young Kelly Rudy. Pat LaFontaine. Oh, Brian Trottier, of course. There's the New York Rangers. Within a few years, I would start to cheer for them because that's where Messier was traded to. And of course, he helped them win a cup in '94 after a very long drought. Philadelphia Flyers. Mark Howe. Boy, it must have been tough on him to be the son of Gordie Howe. Scott Mellenby. Rick Tuckett. And the Pittsburgh Penguins. Paul Coffey. There's Magnificent Mario. $168 points, so he led the league in points that year. It was usually either him or Wayne, and of course he dominated for his team. And the Washington Capitals. Rod Langway was always my favorite Capital. Scott Stevens. Scratch that. You know, I think Mike Gardner was my favorite Capital. Great goal scorer. As you can see. And then signals and rules. Cross-checking, elbowing, holding, spearing, tripping. Some ref calls there. Washout. And then your trophy winners. So, thank you so much for tuning in to Old Toy New Joy and allowing me to share my newly acquired 1988-89 Panini Hockey Sticker Album. If you liked the video, please like the video, and we will keep them coming. In the meantime, I encourage you to subscribe to Old Toy New Joy so you can get caught up on the videos we've already made and alerts of the ones that are on their way. There are many cool topics to check out, such as wrestling figures, Masters of the Universe, Hot Wheels, Transformers, Superpowers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hockey cards, baseball cards, Buck Rogers, comics, and much, much more. Until next time, this is your Toy Whisperer saying farewell from Old Toy, New Joy.